Speedy, welcome to the show for everyone. This is Extra Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Catch us if you can. I am KiNG JAMES YiYE. With me this morning,
Mmemshima King
and Fubara Morris Dumo.
All right, so today on Extra Speed, we're looking at something that looks like a phrase and a sentence that is commonly written everywhere. And perhaps if it is written everywhere, it means people are doing it everywhere. Do not urinate here. Do not what?
Do not urinate here.
Yeah, that's our focus this morning on Extra Speed. And so why are we bringing this? Now, recently, the Benue State Governor, His Excellency Reverend Father Dr. Hyacinth Yomem alias signed an executive order, which is also a public order. And it is aimed at sanitizing the state and instilling discipline and bringing security. So we are going to be looking at this in batches. And part of the executive order, part of it, is for people not to urinate in the public, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. So not just not to urinate in the public, but also not to
defecate openly.
Don't want to say that.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe we should just say, okay, let's say should not poo in the public.
Okay.
That one the children can understand as well.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
All right. So people are not supposed to poo in the public or urinate in the public.
Yeah.
So I see a lot of indiscipline. And you can call us your reaction to this. Not all of the public order as it's been stated, not the whole document for now. Let's look at it bit by bit. And what we're looking at this morning is the part that you should not urinate publicly. Okay? And so people's reactions on this as well. And you too can call us on 08084 275464. That's 08084 275464. We're streaming live on YouTube, and we're trying to also post that on Facebook as well. So if you're watching on YouTube, or you can tell someone who is not here to watch on YouTube and comment as well. So do not urinate here. Now I'm just wondering, I mean, when people are growing, and especially the boys and the girls, parents say, hey, don't wee anywhere. So why do people have to wait until the state says, hey, do not urinate here? Why do we have to wait till the state says this, Memshi?
Okay. I just feel human beings, they just like being, you just have to control them. You know, once there is no law, as a human, you see, they just go about doing their own thing. But I think once you implement a particular law, I think they try to adjust. That's what I feel.
So it simply means we're always waiting for laws.
Yes, we are.
Why, Morris? Why do you think we always wait for laws?
For me, I feel the laws keep them in check and order. So if you know that there is a law stopping you from doing this, 70% for me, I feel, would abide by the law. Why there are those ones that are just lawbreakers and they'll say, we don't care about the law, we'll do us.
So where is the place of morality? You just want to wait for something like do not urinate. So I see a lot of indiscipline, as I was going to say. And you know, especially men. Men, are you listening? You know, you see that a lot. Somebody who is a bike man drops you, and before you know it, he turns around your house, in front of your house, and he's doing it. Wow.
He's watering the garden.
Say watering the garden. But it's so pathetic. But then if you look at it, right from upbringing, if you have a son and a daughter, once you go out, it's easier for the boy. Like if the boy say, okay, mom, I want to ease myself, it's easier for the mom to just like turn him and allow him to do his thing. Exactly. But for the girl, I think they'll be more like, maybe just hold on a little bit, or maybe you will try and look for a restaurant around if you can take the girl there to go and ease her. So I think it's still from the upbringing too. That's why you see men, they can easily display
Watering the garden.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we okay, we'll put the blames on parents maybe much later for telling the boys to just turn here and do it here.
Do it, yeah. And
Right.
at times you go about, you see where they would write, do not urinate
not
here.
urinate.
But that's where they would stand and do it. And you wonder,
Lawbreakers.
and you wonder like why, At times you have to like put a security guard there for them not to do that. If not,
Wow.
Funny thing, I read a write-up on one of the social medias. There was a post, do not urinate here. If you urinate, fine is 1,000 naira.
Okay.
And someone goes there to urinate, and a security guard on duty said, I don't have change, please urinate again. So
are you serious?
it was
So
that
that
bad.
to make
So I won't give you change because there's no change on me right now. So just
urinate again, and so that you make up the money.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So for the security guard, it's about making money.
Making money, yeah.
Since people can't control themselves.
True.
Wow. Extra speed on Asking Radio 98.5 speed of Makurdi. Do not urinate here. It's our focus. And we're just taking, part of the public order in Benue.
Yeah.
And as always, and as usual, Alamachagodobe team is out to ask people,
Yeah.
to, tell us
What they
Public
think,
reaction.
Yeah.
what they think about
this.
the do not urinate,
Urinate,
which
yeah.
is just part of what we're looking at, so the larger one is there. So let's hear what they're saying.
All right.
Is Asking Radio 98.5 FM.
I must say it's a very nice idea, and I must appreciate the governor for that as well. It's a very, very nice idea because those things do pollute the air, pollute the environment, make it smell. He should add a fine to it that if they catch anybody urinating outside, they should fine the person as well. Thank you.
There is a fine, actually.
There is.
There's a fine.
Yeah.
So, but this guy is sounding as if he
sound
can
like he sends the
confidently
good ones.
He can confidently cast the first stone.
And he's guilty. In
No,
fact,
he may not be.
Are
He has
you
never
sure?
done it. That's why he's saying confidently.
I don't think so.
I
There are
don't think
cases of
so.
emergency.
So why are you guys not believing this guy?
you see, but it's that bad that at times you will look at a guy and think this person is responsible and wouldn't do such, and you just find him doing it, and you're like, even you too. So I just feel it's just on the men's side, they are guilty. They do it. There's no caution.
And even you stated that there's so much. You said, is it morality, failure of morality for the male gender?
Yeah.
So there's that part.
At
too.
least, even if the men are upright and they are behaving morally right in terms of we win in the public, I rate them 0 over 100. I mean, the ease at which they just do it. People are passing and nobody cares. They just face anywhere. They face a car tire.
The car tires.
It kills any car tires have suffered.
The car that they have seen.
Even dogs find car tires attractive.
Attractive, yes, they do.
And then men are copying I don't even
from
know.
them.
08084275464. Call now on extra speed and let's hear your contribution on the public order. We're just taking bit by bit. There are other parts of those which will come to them. We're looking at this part, not poo.
Yeah.
We first.
We.
There's so much to say, so we're going to take it bit by bit.
Okay.
By the way, it's today that officially this administration was sworn in.
Yes.
May 29th.
Yeah, May 29th.
Maybe not sworn in, but it's 29th.
29th.
Before they changed. So May 29th is Democracy Day. Yeah. Before it was
June
changed
12.
to June 12.
Yes.
Back to June 12.
Yeah.
So you can say the administration officially started on May 29th.
Yeah.
So congratulations to the Executive Governor of Benue State, His Excellency Reverend Father Dr. Hyacinth Alia, his team of commissioners, advisors, and everybody.
Yeah.
And do not urinate here. Hello, good morning.
Do not urinate here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Anawo David, but my conference to my police.
Right. You are the fastest man on the planet. Can you take your name on a slow speed? That's on fast speed.
Okay, my name is Anawo David. Batuma.
Right. So do not urinate here. What do you think of the public order?
It's a good order, but there's a, for me, there's a complaint I think the complaint is genuine because they say do not urinate here, do not urinate in the public, do not do this. I think government should provide urinating points for us to be urinating, because let's say I travel to modern market to go and buy things and I wanted to urinate there. Why should I go and urinate? Should I run back to my house to come and urinate before I go back and buy what I want to buy? Government should provide urinating points so you can urinate here. You can do this here. You can do this here. From there, they will give the order that do not urinate in the public.
Right. Okay.
They say, if you travel to modern market, if you want to modern market to buy goods, and you wanted to urinate, should you come back and urinate in your house before you continue what you're doing?
You asked me twice. I don't have Thank you.
No, there's a question. It's a question.
I know. That's why I'm saying you asked me that question twice, but of course I don't have an answer.
No, that is why.
Okay, we've heard you. All right. So I don't know if he's directing that question at me or the Minister of Justice and Public Order. I don't know. But of course, the Minister of Justice, Commissioner of Justice and Public Order is listening. And he is saying that before you say do not urinate here, which is in the public spaces, provide urinating points. Okay.
But he was emphasizing more on being in the market. In the market, there's a toilet there.
There are toilets.
Yeah, there are a lot of, but funny enough, people don't even make use of it. They don't make use of it because there's a corner at the market where you see most people, they go there. There was a time I tried to make use of the toilet and it was terrible inside actually. It wasn't funny. The whole place was smelly, you know, and they will tell you that, okay, they cannot give you tissue. If they need to give you tissue, you have to pay extra money, you know, and people that they make use of.
Tissue shouldn't be free anyway.
It shouldn't be free. Yes, that one I understand. But then, okay, even you are willing to pay, then they're asking you, is it urinate or the other one? You know,
of course,
and you are like,
no, but that is a normal thing. It's a normal practice. One attracts more money.
But okay, true. When you are even willing to pay for the tissue because you want to make use of it,
you just buy your tissue. If you know that you are going to the toilet, just buy your tissue.
It was an emergency, you know, so I wasn't really ready for it. But
Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makurdi, and of course, the other part of urinating here and not urinating here is that there shouldn't be any cross usage of, you know, urinating points in those places. Men should not go to the women's and women should not go to the men's.
Vice versa.
Yeah, so don't cross, you know. And of course, the public place do not urinate here. We have seen that written everywhere. And most of the places you see those signs are those places that are saturated with the most smelly, toxic urine the world has ever seen. Unfortunately, we eat it again because the honeybees go there and collect whatever they can and make honey, and then we take it again.
Wow.
Okay, so is extra speed do not urinate here looking are part of the public order recently put forward to the public by the executive governor of Benue State, His Excellency Reverend Father Dr. Hyacinth Mmemshima. We go back to Alama Shagarabi to hear from more people.
This is Asking Radio 98.5 FM.
I really feel it's a nice idea and it will help a lot because what we breathe in is really important to our health. So I think it's a nice idea. I appreciate it.
Everybody likes the idea.
But would they follow to it?
They should, because if you don't, the law is going to catch up with you. So it's going to be serious this time. You know, before you become governor, before Reverend Father Hyacinth Mmemshima became governor, you know your state, you know the needs, you know what can make things different. You know, so things like establishing ministries, that's why before now we had Minister of Justice, I know, but he has added Ministry of Justice and Public Order. So public order here means, hey, guys, it's time to behave yourselves. And that is why most of it, we are just trying to restrict ourselves to do not urinate here for now. It's so wide a document that covers almost every aspect of our public life, and we are going to look at those. Of course, you can call 08084 275464. That's 08084 275464. And we are also streaming live on YouTube. And you can go to YouTube, search for Asking Radio Live, and you'll find us there. Or on Facebook, you can have a lead that will take you to YouTube. Do not urinate here. That's our focus. So we go back to Alama Shagodebi and find out how people are reacting to do not urinate in the public.
This is Asking Radio 98.5 FM.
Okay, I'm by name Kwanjua Kulana Bessie. Okay, I should advise that the state government should make a provision for adequate security. Understand? Because there are some places, if you don't want people to be urinating there must be a kind of a notification. Understand? Sometimes you may see a writing on a board or somewhere that you should not urinate here. Understand? And if someone cannot urinate there at that point, understand, and the person want to ease his or herself, understand, there must be a place, understand, where the person can hide and his or herself. Okay? And I may ask, can government make provision for that? A place like this, understand? There should be a restroom or provided by the government, and people may be employed to be taking care of that restroom so that it cannot be dirty. If so, it will work easily. That is my opinion.
How many ounces did he put in that?
I don't even know. He spoke about adequate security.
Security?
Yeah, then...
you need security to urinate?
I don't know,
the
but
security personnel should mount those areas where it's stated do not urinate.
Yeah, that's what he said. Then again, he also said that if someone is pressed and the person wants to urinate, the person would need to look for a place to hide. But then he still wants the government to make provision for these utility toilets. Yeah, and they should also employ someone that would also maintain the place so that it would not be dirty again.
I don't understand him. The way he was asking, I understand more than 100 times. But I don't understand. But you said that he says government should provide those places.
Yes.
And everybody.
Yeah, good morning.
Happy. This is Engineer Photographer calling from Lombard, Makodi.
Okay.
We are celebrating another 1 year of the present dispensation.
Yeah.
Right, that's good. I'm in agreement with the public order law. I'm in agreement. And my problem is, it is not the laws that are problem in Nigeria. There's a litany of laws in Nigeria, but the enforcement. Before that, there was a law banning Ogogoro. Because it was not properly enforced, they started putting it in the other bottle and they nicknaming it Tovenda. Say, Chief, no green, Tovenda. They were drinking it everywhere. Today, even policemen, the law enforcement agents, they know where these things are being practiced, and nobody is enforcing it. You understand? So the problem is that let them make adequate provision for enforcement. It's a good one. It's a good one. A good, nice intention, so that everywhere will be neat, the environment will be clean. And just like many people have said, there should also be provision for restrooms everywhere, so that people can go and pay a token, and then that's what happens in advanced countries. So I think it's a good initiative. Let there be proper enforcement, so that the environment will go for everybody. Not that you make law, it's not enforced, people will just be violated it with reckless abandon. And there's no need making such laws. So let there be adequate provision for enforcement. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Sir.
All right, so his problem is about enforcement of the laws, saying that the laws are always there, and so many there, but it's the enforcement that is the thing.
Yeah.
And of course, making provisions for places. I'm sure of certain there are public places here. There've been toilets, there are parks there. They were designed and they've had all those in the past.
Yeah.
But it's just because people simply don't do these things. The other thing I want to look at is even issues of morality when they become laws or public order, and people are waiting for them to be punished before they do this thing. Sometimes I don't understand because coming from the home and you are teaching a child not to just stand anywhere.
And That's true.
Yeah.
And most of the times we teach these children to do the right things, but we as parents, we don't do them. We don't
And
follow our
watching.
duties, and they are watching. So you don't expect them to actually do the right thing when you are not practicing it as a parent as well. And again, I feel this public toilet again, even if there are provision for it, once there is no maintenance, you still find people going out to still ease themselves anyhow without even using the public toilet, because you hear them say things like, oh, it's not even clean, you know, and all of that.
So one of the reasons that I know, I always tell you, majority of the people around depend on government jobs.
Yes.
Now, when they go into government jobs, it's the same thing that you hear about national cake. So nobody takes those ones seriously, and they work and then they retire. It's just about going to work maybe 9, 10, and coming back at 4. Once you stay beyond 4, you fill up a form and you call it overtime, and then just takes money from the state coffers again. And so that is the practice. So your children have seen that as a practice, your grandchildren are seeing that. So in the public sector, things are done with more seriousness. So that is where I blame part of this. At the Spice Center here, I had an idea of building Spice Center, and I kept saying it, but it's like I've never gotten support from anybody. So it was only Jennifer at one point that supported. Otherwise, every other person looked at me as, what is he saying? And what was my idea? The idea here is, apart from the toilets in my office, and then downstairs there's another private toilet, then there are 4, if you like, call them public toilets at the Spice Center, apart from that other building down there, which has another 3 toilets. So it's like those ones plus 4, that's 7 plus 2, 9 toilets at the Spice Center. Now the idea was for one person to manage these toilets, so that even staff are not supposed to use the toilets for free. So bring somebody that is their own salary. If anybody is getting in, they pay you. And so you can decide that fee, and then people are paying you, and that is the money you are using to maintain the toilets and pay yourself. So that way you will discover that you won't go and be saying toilets are stained, because that person is also going to be serious. That's where you're going to get your money. So that is where the whole attitude is. It's coming from that civil service mentality. That is why even at a private place like this, you see people, and what happens again is people just look at the nearest eatery or something that has a toilet,
filling station.
or a filling station. They just go in
there,
and then because the public ones that were provided long time ago were mismanaged, and so they are gone.
But I think at a point, restaurant owners were not allowing people in there to make use of. Yes, they were not allowing
restaurant
them
and malls.
So it's just like the Spice Center, because it's a radio station and we don't just allow people in. Otherwise, that's the same way people would be coming in. But when you keep somebody there,
even some go to the bank.
That is how it is. Yeah, of course, people go into the bank and see the cash money and do those things. So maybe one of the reasons is because public toilets are not there.
They are not
so you
there.
will understand with people who are saying there should be provision.
But out of all this, I see a business venture in this.
Yes, of course.
Private individuals could decide to establish, even you don't have to build erect a building. There are like this plastic restrooms you could just walk in.
Movable.
And you mount people there to keep guard of this place, that whoever is going in is paying a token. That token is facilitating for the water and the cleaning afterwards.
And the salary of the person.
And the salary, exactly. So that's like, the governor is indirectly creating business.
Not indirectly, he knows. His aim is to, just take Benue to another level. 08084275464. That's 08084275464. Extra speed. Do not urinate here. Yeah. So one of the items on the public order recently released by the Benue State government, and we're just looking at that one, so many other things, we'll look at them subsequently. You can call and tell us how you feel. In the meantime, we're going back to Alamashagodobi team to tell us, people are here talking with them and telling us what they feel about do not urinate here. It's publicly.
Yeah, I love that. That is good. I say that is development. So with that, we will see more development in our society, and everywhere will be more, the environment will be more cleaned.
Right. What kind of development do you think he's talking about?
Cleanliness.
That's what I wanted to say.
Because he ended up saying everywhere will be more clean.
Yeah.
I think in terms of air, the air he will breathe in would be no more having that stench with it.
Exactly. I think that's what he was trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah, but just like what Engineer Sunday said, even if you implement these laws and there are no enforcement, I don't really think human beings would actually abide by them.
But
so you
my
just
problem
have
is,
to.
I understand all of this.
Okay.
But sometimes I am looking at laws and public orders to also go with our morality.
Exactly.
What were we taught at home? You understand?
Yeah.
So I see that especially in men. So it's like ladies maintain at least that aspect of discipline.
Exactly.
Perhaps because of shame, they don't want to be seen, exposing their thing in the public. But men, you just imagine that an Okada, it just stops in front of your door. Before you know it, is weaving in your plants.
Your fence is being watered.
Yeah.
We have a call.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mmemshima team.
Morning.
Morning, King James.
Morning.
Good morning, everyone. Samuel calling from Lagos.
Okay,
Good
Samuel.
morning.
Go on.
Good morning, thank you. We're talking about public order, which will specialize on urinating in the public.
Yes,
that's what we're talking about.
Okay. Yes. It's actually very important to put the rules and regulations guiding that, because. But another thing is, where the signs are put, there should be provision, like one of our brothers said, because it's actually very important. Let me just give an example quickly. Like here in Lagos, where we are, when you are going out, so it's all about self-discipline. You can do that in your home. So when you go out, even though there is an emergency, and you yourself, without the law, you know that you cannot just sit here and urinating. So you have to ask, is there anywhere? So if in the city, people actually, it's very difficult to permit you, but you can go that you can always find a public toilet around, or at least a bank or a restaurant where you can go and ask for a restroom and all of that. So going to other places like my own state, like I'm talking about Benue State, there are some places that you cannot even find where to say, okay, where can I urinate and all of that, and they put the law. So in the process, like my brother Fubara said, where you have an emergency, what are you going to do at that moment? It's actually very difficult. But people have that mentality. People on their own, they have their mentality. Some can be doing it and be talking to you as well, which they know that they're not supposed to urinate here. Even in the villages, those things happen. I remember one time I traveled to my hometown and there was mango falling down and I picked it. I was about to go and wash it and eat, and one of my junior brother now run and collected it from me. And he told me that my grandpa used to wee everywhere, so I don't need anything that falls on the ground. So you see how it is. So where people can have at least a safe place to do that, but they do it purposely. So coming to the cities and all of that, I think for me there should be a provision. There should be a provision for that when putting the rules and regulations. Because in the situation where we have an emergency, what are you going to do?
Right. Thank you, Samuel.
Like King James was saying something. Sorry, he mentioned and he even mentioned the dog. My dog used to do that every day. Even yesterday, he wheeled on my car. He wheeled on the tires of the car. So that is how some human beings are. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So I don't know what they find attractive on the car tires, but they do a lot of that. And the car parks everywhere is smelling because the men just simply come to the tire.
Exactly.
Just go at the back of the car tire and just do it. So it's the same human beings that are making these places unusable. Now banks are going to be more vigilant.
True.
And malls and restaurants are going to be more vigilant.
True.
Because you can't just walk in and we were there. Well, if they want to allow, they can. I am not saying they shouldn't, but obviously I am foreseeing a situation where they are going to be more vigilant. So don't think you can just walk in and urinate here, meaning in their own place. All right. So it's extra speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. You want to say something, Mmemshima?
Yeah, what I want to say is that just as Samuel said, I just feel it's that indiscipline of men. Sorry, because women are not really in this thing. Because I remember there was a time at Area 1 shopping complex, they kept this public plastic toilet outside, like in front, and you see men, they would leave the toilet and urinate inside. Yes, and I was like, for real, like, why would you do that? You understand? So it's just that indiscipline.
And another thing again, I feel maybe this should start from the primary school level, whereby, or should I say nursery school, whereby they are being told